In today's lecture, we'll discuss about the transdermal therapeutic system. Transdermal therapeutic system, particularly the transdermal patches. Nowadays, these transdermal patches are very commonly used for various purposes, like for the pain relief in cancer patients, again for the pain relief, or for the motion sickness, and there are a number of other various indications. But apart from transdermal patches, there is other transdermal therapeutic systems like iontophoresis or simply the inunction. So what is mean by these transdermal therapeutic systems like inunction, iontophoresis or adhesive transdermal patches? So we call them the transdermal therapeutic system. The examples that is already given in this slide, like nitroglycerin patch available, transdermal patch, or nitroglycerin ointment is also available, which is applied over the chest in the patients of angina pectoris for the prophylactic purpose, not for the acute attack, for the prophylactic purpose. Then scopolamine, which is applied over the mastoid region for the motion sickness or traveling sickness. Then estrogen transdermal patches, which is applied over the waist region or hip region for the post menopause syndrome, right? Nicotinic patch, which is applied over forearm and arm for the cessation of smoking or to stop the smoking addiction. Then testosterone patch, which is applied over the scrotum or thigh region in case of testosterone deficiency. Then fentanyl patches or diclofenac patches for the pain relief. So these are the different examples of transdermal patches that we applied over the various sites over the body that we'll discuss in detail. Now, as you can see, when we use the term transdermal, that means the skin. We applied over the skin. So, which drugs are applied over the highly lipid soluble drugs are applied over the skin? For what reason? For the slow and prolonged absorption. For the slow and prolonged absorption, highly lipid soluble, not all drugs, but only highly lipid soluble drugs can be applied over the skin. We can use as a transdermal route. For what purpose? For slow, constant, and for the prolonged absorption. Now we all know that there are three layers: epidermis, dermis, hypodermis. Then there are few blood vessels are there. Then hair follicles, sebaceous glands. So basically, the drug may be absorbed through the skin. The drug may be absorbed through the skin, and that's why we use the term transdermal adhesive patches. Likewise, the nitroglycerin ointment, as you can see, there is a nitroglycerin ointment. Now where we use this nitroglycerin ointment or nitroglycerin ointment patch? In the prophylaxis of the angina pectoris, not for the therapeutic purpose but for the prophylactic purpose, to prevent the further attacks of the angina. We use the nitroglycerin ointment, right? It is one of the transdermal route. That means the drug is absorbed transdermally through the skin. Now here you can see the transdermal adhesive unit. This is the complete transdermal adhesive unit, in which there is an outer layer, and there is a porous membrane. Between this outer layer and between this porous membrane, there is a drug reservoir. As you can see, this is in red. This is a drug reservoir. Between outer layer and porous membrane, there is a drug reservoir in dotted portion. Below that porous membrane, there is an adhesive unit, inner membrane. This adhesive unit will going to, what we can say, it will going to adhere on your skin. It will going to stick. It will going to stick on your skin, and from that, what we can say, porous membrane. This is the porous membrane. Drug will, what will cancel, drug will get absorbed into the skin. Drug will get absorbed into the skin. So there are various layers. First is the outer layer, then there is a porous membrane, and in between outer layer and porous membrane there is a drug reservoir, as you can see in the dotted portion. Below that there is a adhesive layer. This adhesive layer will stick to your skin, and from that the drug will get absorbed into the skin from the epidermis, dermis, then hypodermis, and then there is a blood vessels, and from the blood vessels it will get absorbed into the skin, or it will get absorbed into the body where it is required. Now this adhesive unit that we have just discussed, we call them transdermal adhesive unit or transdermal therapeutic system. They are nothing but the adhesive patches of different sizes and shape according to the need, or they made suitable according to the area of application. There are different sizes and shape. Now the drug is held in a reservoir between outer polymer layer. Here you can see in the small diagram, it is an outer polymer layer, and in between a porous membrane there is a drug reservoir. A drug is kept in a reservoir, or a drug is held in a reservoir. That is a drug solution. Now the undersurface of the membrane, this undersurface of the membrane is smeared with an adhesive to hold on to the area of application. It will get stick to your skin from inside, and from that drug is absorbed. Now drug slowly diffuses through the membrane. Drug slowly diffuses through the membrane, and percutaneous absorption takes place. Percutaneous absorption takes place. Right? Now the rate of absorption is constant and predictable. The rate of absorption is constant and predictable. So which drugs that we can use as a transdermal patch? Highly potent drugs, because small quantity is sufficient. Those drugs which are highly potent. Potency of a drug, what is meant by potency of a drug? The amount of drug which is required for the given response, that is the potency. So highly potent drug, because of small quantity is sufficient or enough for the action. And shorter acting drugs, because effect terminates quickly after the system removed, and they are suitable for the use in such systems. So which drugs are used? Highly potent, shorter acting, and highly lipid soluble drugs are used for this transdermal patch. Now what are the various sites of application? Various sites of application, we'll see in this slide. Sites of application depend upon the indication. Sites of application, they depend upon the indication, that may be applied over the upper chest, as you can see, lower or lower abdomen, upper outer arm, or hip region, or chest region, or anywhere. But these are the common areas of application. Steroid region, particularly in case of traveling sickness or motion sickness, or testosterone patch directly applied over the scrotum in case of deficiency of testosterone, in case of erectile dysfunction, or if there is any anomalies, or if there is some testosterone deficiency, you can apply directly over the scrotum. So these are the examples of various patches that we have already seen: nitroglycerin patch, testosterone, estrogen patch, estrogen or testosterone patch. They are given as a hormone replacement therapy, means in case of replace the particular thing with the help of this transdermal patch. Then nicotinic patch, fentanyl, diclofenac, various transdermal patches are available, and when we apply on the various sites. Now what are the advantages of transdermal patch? The duration of action is prolonged. Duration of action, that mostly transdermal patches are effective for at least 24 hours or more than that. Like motion sickness, polyamine patch or hyoscine patch is effective for next 72 hours, means almost 3 days. So duration of action is prolonged. It provides smooth constant plasma drug level. Provides smooth plasma constant drug levels, so that less adverse effects, because it will provide smooth constant plasma concentration of a drug. Then patient compliance or continuous administration or frequent administration. So patient compliance is very much better, or it is much better, I will say. So these are the advantages. Large doses of drug cannot be loaded. We have to use very uh, in small quantities. So large doses of drug cannot be loaded. It can cause irritation of the skin. It is slightly expensive. So these are the disadvantages. Apart from that, disadvantages are only lipid soluble drugs can be applied over the skin. This is one of the disadvantages. Then it may fall unnoticed. The transdermal patch, it may fall unnoticed. Unknowingly it will may fall. So these are the disadvantages of the transdermal patches. Now the method that is called as inunction, that we applied normally, means the route where a drug is rubbed into the skin, the route where a drug is rubbed into the skin, and that will get absorbed and produce systemic effect, is called inunction. That we apply normally, ointment, cream, lotion, gel. So administration of a drug in an ointment form by rubbing to cause absorption of an active ingredient, right? When we apply move or any lotion, liniment, ointment, so that drug will get absorbed, and that process is called inunction. Now that there is different term that is called as iontophoresis. Now what is meant by iontophoresis? As you can see here, there is a flow of electricity enhances the permeability of the skin. Flow of electricity, that means positive, negative, anode, cathode. There is a current source, so skin, then there is a blood vessel, as you can see in this diagram. So basically iontophoresis, ions, means there is a flow of electricity that will increase or enhance the permeability of the skin. Flow of electricity. So in this procedure, galvanic current is used for bringing about the penetration of lipid insoluble drugs into the deeper tissues where their action is required. Now iontophoresis, what they are saying, current is used for what reason? Penetration of lipid insoluble drug. Those who are lipid soluble, they will get directly absorbed. But what about those lipid insoluble drugs? So for lipid insoluble drugs, galvanic current is used for penetration where the action is required. Means in case of salicylates or in case of fluoride iontophoresis is used in the treatment of dental hypersensitivity, which is very common nowadays. We use the Sensodyne toothpaste for this dental hypersensitivity, right? So fluoride iontophoresis method is used by the dentist, or salicylates. So these are the procedures for the lipid insoluble drugs, I will say. Now these are the benefits of iontophoresis. This therapy can help to manage the inflammation, edema and swelling, calcium deposition in the body, to treat the scar tissues, muscle spasm, or for the pain relief. You can use this iontophoresis. These are the different indications of or benefits of iontophoresis. Now these are the examples of the most commonly used drug, diclofenac, most commonly used non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, which is available as a transdermal patch, diclofenac, new patch, right, which is given by the Zydus Cadila, very important or manufacturer in the transdermal patches of the diclofenac. So you can use, apart means, rather than giving injections or what we can say tablets, because of various side effects nowadays, acidity, there is a gastric disturbances, nausea, vomiting, you can simply go for the diclofenac patches, which is available. The only thing, it's expensive as compared to the injections or tablets, but it is the best method to avoid the various side effects of this diclofenac. Or in cancer patients, I will prefer the fentanyl patch. This fentanyl patch is again for the pain relief or analgesic effect, because there is so much of pain in the cancer patients, so you can simply go for the fentanyl patch. It is highly effective, but the only thing you need a registered medical practitioner prescription. You need a prescription from a registered medical practitioner, then only you will get this fentanyl patch. But this is highly effective in cancer patients, not only in cancer patients but for the pain relief. I think you should go for this transdermal patches to avoid various side effects of the drug. So that's all for today. Thank you.